Hey guys, what is up? Cyrus here, and today I am not playing Shrew as you can see. I'm in fact playing Path of Exile, and I was just going to show my progression in solo self-found. It's where you can't trade with anybody and all the loot that you found is yours. I'm going to go over my skill tree and my gear. Currently I'm in Merciless Act 1. Just got here. Spent the majority of yesterday and the day before farming for my Tabula Rasa. As you can see, my damage is extremely good for solo self-found, at least I think so. This is my first experience with it. I am using Lacerate Slayer right now, and it's going quite well. Nice to have this thing called Overleech. Well, it's not called Overleech, but it's not what it is. It's where I'll show you in the end of this clip. But right now, I'm just showing you the speed I have, which is pretty crazy, and how like solo self-found actually isn't too hard right now, although just getting right into work. The biggest problem right now are definitely resistances, but I've gotten some pretty good luck alking jewels and jewels. Hell, alking jewelry. I've got some pretty good luck. I am quite over leveled. As you can see, I'm level 62 for just starting Merciless. So I spend the majority of, like I told you, the majority of my days farming from the Tabula Rasa, which is a guaranteed 6 link with any colors, which is very nice, and it improved my DPS by 2-fold. So I'm just gonna get to the waypoint here, and I'm gonna go over my stuff, I guess, after I go over my skill tree first. I had to level up, I guess. Okay, so I'm using Slayer, and I pretty much started with the attack speed nodes. Just grab Guard of the Gladiator, Bravery, Master of the Arena. Grab all of these damage nodes here. More life nodes, get a jewel socket. This is like an okay jewel, but in solo self-found it's kind of hard to get decent jewels. Grab all these two-handed melee weapon ones. You can also use like some axe with this class if you switch up some of the sword nodes, which my friend did for a little bit because he got a good unique drop. We're using the same class as well. Grab some life. This is a lot of leech right here. Just more life. Grab blood magic. Blood magic is extremely good. If you ask me, let me just show you. Like, I will not run out, and it just regens so fast. I'm always at full health. It's very helpful and very convenient. I had extreme mana problems without it. Not to mention you get really good life nodes behind it. That's very nice. Here I grabbed all these nodes. This is just life and armor here. This is fire res and all res armor. Grab a resolute technique because like hitting was actually a big problem. I noticed that I barely hit it. It was very inaccurate. But once I got this, my DPS went up a ton and I always hit, which is very nice. Didn't have to worry about accuracy. I'm coming back down here. I'll go up a leader to get some other nodes here. But right now I'm going down, getting butchery. This is more damage with melee weapons, or just melee in general. This is even more melee damage, and this is just life, but I'm going to grab this too. So I've actually picked up some pretty decent gear along my way. Obviously a Tabula Rasa that took forever to farm. It was definitely worth it. I do not regret it at all. I have a pretty high DPS sword for solo self-found. I was farming Aqueduct and I had Keepers of the Trove, like League Stone, and I was like, please drop us like a sword base, and they did. And there was multiple sword bases I could identify, and this happened to be a really good one, qualityed up, and it was very nice. I've had these gloves forever. As you can see, they require level 27, but since they're just so good with that attack speed, I want to keep it. This belt has double max life. The cold res is okay, but that life is insane. This has movement speed and 2 res and life, which is very nice. I actually alked this amulet, which was an insane. It adds flat fizz, has strength, and adds fire and lightning resist, which is crazy. I chaos spammed this like with 2 chaos. Not really chaos spam then. This has a ton of res. It really helps me out. Like entering Merc, you need a ton of res to stay alive. I'm not even capped yet still. This ran into a really high life roll. I'm pretty sure the highest for the item level, which is, I don't know, 57. I'm not really sure. I'm not too much into crafting and rolling stuff. And I've had this helmet forever. Item level's 31. It's just such a good thing that I don't want to replace it, and nothing's really gotten close to it. I'm using 2. The Crystal Ridge is based on preference. I'm just lazy. And Onslaught is like double Onslaught is nice. Got Freeze and Shield, 2 of them because they're pretty important. And Bleed immunity is an old sword I use, but no one cares about that. And my Ascendancy, which I haven't gone over. First, I grabbed Bane of Legends, which gives you Onslaught 20 seconds when you kill a rare or unique. Once you get faster, you actually don't run out of your Onslaught until you get to the next rare. So it just kind of keeps going on, which is very nice. And 20% Onslaught is insane. Like once the enemies hit 20% life or lower, they die, which is insane for huge boss fights such as Azaro and probably bigger ones in the future. In my Cruel Lab, I actually grabbed Endless Hunger, which damage can, when I don't leech when I hit full life, I keep like going above it. So when I lose health, it's just still regenning. Like my leech counts towards like endless regen, I guess you want to say. I can't really explain it well because I don't really know it too well myself, but that's the gist of it. My gem setups for this is melee physical support, multi-strike support, faster attacks, Lacerate obviously. It's hard to get quality gems, but I try my best. Um, Melee damage on full life is pretty much the exact same thing as melee physical, except you have to be on full life, which the overleech thing where you like are constantly at life when you're full life when you're leeching really help with that. And conk effect for more damage in is a huge problem. I'm not sure what to do with that. I might have to get some int on my gear, maybe crafting from masters, which is also hard. So in Merc Lab, I'm pretty sure I was trying to pick up this because increased life leech per second, so it's much faster. Immune to bleeding is huge survivability, and 10% of max life per second to maximum leech rate. That's insane. And this is even more for basically maps. It's reduced reflected damage, so that's really survivability there. I mean, not like it matters. I'm not actually playing hardcore, but I haven't died a single time, which I kind of pride myself. But you know, I just entered Merc, which I'm probably gonna die. And 50% increased area effect of skills you've killed recently. Actually, Lacerate is an area effect skill, so like the more area effect you have, the longer it goes. I might be able to show you this with the increased AoE. I don't think I have increased AoE. I think I only have conk effect. But it's AoE. The more AoE you have, the bigger or the longer you can hit, which is very nice. But I don't. I decided to just go for pure damage. So I'll probably be posting more updates in the future. Her Path of Exile. Uh, it like feels really good in Soul Self-Found getting new gear because you feel extremely accomplished. I love it. I've already completed like 24 challenges in game, so I got all I want, and I can't really get further just based on what class I'm using. And so I'll come up with these more. I hope you enjoyed this. Like if you enjoyed and want more of this type of video, and I'll see you in the next one.